Today we learned how to multiply using partial products. It looks a lot similar to what we did yesterday and the day before, but today we learned how to basically take what you're doing from the visual model and how to apply it just with the digits. So the first way they learned how to do it was they got to see their visual model, so I'll draw a model here. So very similar to the other day, you just draw your rectangle and then you write this number here in expanded form. So expanded form would be 100, 80, the 8 and the 10s is 80, and then 2. And you also want to make sure that your rectangle is like divided up between those as well. So essentially what we see is that this little part here is 6 times 100, this portion is 6 times 80, this portion is 6 times 2. So we're still doing the same thing, only the students actually wrote the numbers out like this today. 182 times 6. And when they wrote down their answers down here, it was basically whatever answer would have gone in the box over here ended up on the first line here. So this way, it's kind of now them just saying, okay, I know to multiply 6 times 100 because there's a 1 in the hundreds place. So this line here would be 600 because they wrote 6 times 100. This line here, they'd say, okay, 8 tens is 80, 80 times 6. Well, I know 8 times 6 is 48, and there's a 0 in 80, so I just add that 0. So it'd be 480. And then here they just do their 2 ones times 6, which is 12. And now they can just add that up. So 2, 9, and then 6 plus 4 is 10. 1,092. I also showed the students that if they wanted, if colors help, I feel like colors kind of help me sometimes, they can write everything in different colors. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you that example with this number. So if they wanted, they can rewrite this number with different colors. So like 3 in the thousands place, 4 in the hundreds place, another 3 in the tens place, and then a 9 in the ones place, and that's all times 7. Okay, so we're going to start with the thousands place. So notice I'm using my red pen because I'm multiplying by that thousands place. So 3 thousands times 7 would be the same as 3 times 7, which is 21. And then since it's thousands, there's 3 zeros in that, I add my 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. So now I multiply my hundreds. 4 times 7 is 28. 2, 8. And since this is the hundreds place, I actually am multiplying by 400. There's 2 zeros. I add my zeros. And then 3 or 30, since it's in the tens, times 7 would be 21. And then there's 1 0. And then 9 times 7 is 63, and you add it all up. I told my students too, it was okay if they felt that they needed to write 3,000 times 7 off to the side there, and then here if they had to write 400 times 7, because I understand that it could definitely get confusing, especially at such a young age. So if it helps them to write them out on the side, that's totally fine. And then they just add everything up. So we add it all up and we get 3 and we get 7, 9, 3, and a 2. There we go, 23,973. Oh, I'm sorry. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This should be 10. See, teachers make mistakes too sometimes. 10, 2, 3, 4. This should be 4. 24,073. There you go.